it's Robin Scherzer with Robin Stampin' Hood. Happy Monday. I forgot to get my wheel of names ready for you guys. So I am going to see what's going on here and see what you see. And hopefully we get going here. There we go. Yay! Let's see here. Okay. Hey, Jamie. Happy Maker Monday. Okay. Let's see. Like I said, I forgot to get my wheel of names ready. So let's, excuse me, let's do that real quick. And we are going to draw for everybody that did the challenge. So the challenge this week, was to copy a card from any of the catalogs that we have. And there were a few of you, not very many. I think I had 5 of you that did it. So like I said, let me find my wheel of names here and we'll get going. Oh boy. I was saying happy birthday to my brother-in-law, Edwin's brother. It's his birthday today. So he called just as I was sitting down there. And it would have been a little rude to say, no, not going to say happy birthday to you. So, and then he helped me get Edwin in the doghouse about my craft room downstairs. So they'll be fixing that for me. Let's see. Okay. So we had a few people. We had 5 people that did the challenge. So let's get your names in there. Sorry, you guys. Like I said, I totally planned it. And then the phone rang. And so we had Justine. She did a fancy schmancy one. And then we had Penny. And we had Brooke. And we had Angie. And we had Jamie. Yay, you guys. Thank you for doing the challenges. I love seeing your spin on things. You guys are really good at that. So let's see. Let's get that out of the way. I know there's probably a better way to do this, but what do I know, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you what you're going to win. These are the Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. So these retired last year, but I'm so sad that they did. I'm like kind of thinking, do I want to really give these away? Because I love the different colors and you don't have to worry about coloring them. So I just have one. So whoever wins it will get this fun Holiday Rhinestone Basic Jewels. So we're going to tap to spin. We ready? Woohoo! Let's do it. Drum roll, please. And it looks like Penny. Yay! Awesome. Thank you, Penny. I will leave that out in my bench for you for pickup tomorrow or anytime after tomorrow. Alrighty, guys. Let's see what's going on. I have this really cute card I'm going to show you. Let's see who's here before I go and can't see anymore. I see MB. And who else do I see? Oh my goodness gracious. You guys are talking and I gotta get my little mouse over here. I'm so bad without it. So we got Jamie, we got Penny, congratulations, Justine, hi Shar, and MB, and Brooke, and Miss Angie. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna show you this really fun card that you're gonna wanna make. So I am in love with this paper, of course. So this is in the main catalog. This is the Hues of Happiness. Did you know that the bundle that goes with this, that this die actually cuts out this flower? So I've cut a few out for the card that we're going to use, but I wanted to show you that because I didn't know if you knew that. So this is the Hues of Happiness. That's the paper, but I can't remember what, Happiness Abounds is the stamp set. And then it has the matching dies. So we're going to use that for this card. But I just wanted to show you that really quick because I thought, I don't know if you guys know that, but I just love this paper. Okay. Excuse me. So let me show you. Where did I put my sample? Oh, here it is. Okay. So we're going to make this a little different because I think it was a little too busy. So this was my sample. So you pull it out and it's a happy birthday slider card that you can put. I came up with that, you guys. Are you proud of me? Like, I never come up with anything. I actually saw the slider card idea and I was like, oh, you know, I haven't done one of those in a while. And I thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to have a gift card in there and you can slide it up? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to show you how to make this. It's really simple, but I'm going to make it a little different because I think it's a little too busy. So I'm still going to use this paper, but I thought this would be a fun masculine card too. Like you could use twine up here instead and use that, either the Ready to Ride set that's in the mini catalog or the one with the camping paper that's in the annual catalog. So things to remember, you guys. There's online exclusives out there. And I don't know, did I tell you this? That if you see that it says currently unavailable online, it means it's coming back. So it's not totally gone. But if you go out there and put in the number and it doesn't show anything, it means it's never coming back. So I don't know if I ever told you that, but that's how that works. We have the color refresh coming up. I will know on March 29th what colors are going away. So I will let you guys all know that because I want you to make sure you get the colors you want, like your favorite cardstock. And I will tell you this, I do not know this 100% because I honestly have not seen the catalog. Don't really know. I am not in the know. I am nobody special. I'm just, you know, I'm hearing things that might be so, but I think there might be a little bit of a price increase on the cardstock. So, and I only say that because I noticed on the online exclusives that the designer series paper went up 50 cents. So I'm guessing if that happened, that maybe that will happen with our cardstock. But again, I don't know. But just keep that in mind. So if there's cardstock that you need to stock up on, I would definitely do that. Because the minute the refresh colors come out, like what's going to go away, it will quickly go bye-bye. Okay, so if you haven't RSVP'd for my catalog kickoff, please make sure you do. I need you to hit going in the actual event and then add a comment that you're going on what day. Because like I was telling the gals this weekend, I did see somebody had commented that they were coming on a certain day, but they had RSVP'd for a different day. So I just want to make sure you do that. I don't have any in-person coffee and a card this month. I'm going away to a Stampin' event at 10 o'clock that morning. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to do a 9 o'clock online for you guys instead. But I'll be back on Thursday for our Therapy Thursday. And then I think that's it. Okay, so let's do it. Sorry, I got a little distracted. I had my notes and I forgot to talk about them. Okay, so what you're going to need is a piece of 12 by 6 designer series paper, which of course I know you all have and you're all hoarding it, right? So we're going to take this piece, this piece is what I'm using, and you're going to score it the long way at 3 7/8, and be careful with your designer series paper, you know, when you score it. I know you guys know if you're too heavy-handed, you're going to break through it. And then you're going to do an 8 1/8, okay? So those are your two measurements going the long way. And then you're going to turn it and you're going to score it at 1.5 inches. Okay. Okay. So, I still need my cutter, so I'm just going to leave that here for a second. But what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rid of some of the things we don't need, and then we're going to go back to the cutter. So, I don't know, can you see the... So there's the score lines. Okay, so you're going to cut off the 2 end rectangles at the 1/2 inch score that you did. So I'll show you what I mean. So you have 3 rectangles that you've created, small little rectangles. So you're going to cut off the two end ones. Make sure I can see where that is. I guess I should fold on my score line too. I'm really bad about that. I need to be better about that. So then I'm going to cut this end off. Can you see that? I'm going backwards here. Let's try. I'm trying to be an octopus. Okay, so we're going to cut off this one too. Oh my gosh, girls. Okay, so then I want you to miter this middle piece. Okay, so see how it looks? So you've cut off the two ends and you've mitered that piece. Okay, let me get rid of what I just did there. And now I'm going to go back to my cutter and I'm going to cut off some of this paper. I want to cut off a triangle. So I actually want to kind of create it like, I'm trying to think of the best way to remember this. So think of this like a Christmas tree trunk, and we're going to cut it up at an angle so it'll look like the bottom of a Christmas tree when we're done. So maybe that will help you remember. I gotta see where my score line is. So I'm lining up my score line right in the cutting track, and then I'm pointing, let me make sure you guys can see that. I'm pointing this piece right in the cutting track, okay? So let's just make sure, yep, I think I'm good there. And then I think I just moved because I have stuff in the way, as usual. All right, I'm gonna try that one more time. I'm not seeing my score line very well, so I just wanna make sure I get a good, now we can see it better. Okay. So lining up that score line in the cutting track, that point in the cutting track, and we're gonna cut off a triangle, right? Okay, so there's your first triangle. So can you start to see where the tree is forming? There's my tree trunk and then the side of the trees. That's how I was kind of thinking of it when I was doing it earlier. All right, again, I just want to make sure I get my score line good there. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm hitting my score line up there and my point down here. Oops, seeing how I moved when I did that. So you just got to make sure they line up before you cut. And I think I'm good now. And I cut that off. So see, like that's the bottom of a tree. So if we went up, it would look like a tree. Does that make sense? That's how I'm remembering it. So I remember how to do it. Okay, so this is going to be our envelope. Now, again, I decided that the outside was probably a little too busy for me. So I'm actually going to fold it this way. So see, isn't that fun? It's a little crisscross envelope. I can now get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do, because this is going to be one of those things that that people are going to be, you know, pulling stuff out of, and it's holding that heavy card, I'm going to use my tear tape. So I wouldn't use a tape runner because I don't think it will really hold it, but you could use tear tape or you could use your glue. Glue is pretty good about holding everything together. Now, the one thing I want you to just double check, because your score might be a little goofy, is like when you fold it, it should be flush with the bottom. You don't want it to go over the bottom. So I'm actually gonna just give my envelope a little bit of a burnish. I didn't undo my tape. I'm just making sure it's gonna lay flat. Okay, and see, it's a little off there. So I think what I'm gonna do is, my cut was kind of goofy, so I'm going to cover it up so that cuts much better. So see what I did? I want to just, can you see how this is a little, I cut it bad. You can see where, whoop, I did a little, like I was drinking. So what we're going to do then is, now that I know which one is going to lay where, and that it will be nice and even. Oh my gosh. Hardest part of it, right, is getting that stupid tape off there. Oh, I said the S word. I'm sorry. Stupid. Okay, so go ahead and lay that down. Make sure it's nice and flush there. And then I'm just going to put some more tape down, but I'm actually going to put it on this piece since it doesn't quite run across the hole. You see what I'm doing? Am I explaining myself? Sometimes I think, did I just say the right thing? No, that I was going to pull the whole piece of tape off there. I don't know where my little pokey went. Come on, there we go. And then we're going to lay that down there, and that's nice and straight. Yay! Okay, so that's our pocket for our card. And this is like a regular size card, so it will fit in an envelope. Because then what I did is I cut, this is 5 1/4 by 4, so see it just slides nicely in there, right? But then how I created this, the pocket piece, is so this is 3 3/4 wide, and because this piece is 5, we need it to fold up, and I think I actually made it a little too long. Oh yes, I certainly did. So we need to cut that. So 3 3/4, and we're gonna actually cut it at 6 3/4. So 3 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then I'm going to score it at 5 because that's where the end of my card is at 5. Now this one I'm making a little bit different because I felt like my pocket wasn't big enough. Like if you look at this pocket, see how thin it is compared to that. So I just made it a 1/4 inch bigger because I felt like the card wasn't quite where it needed to be. But you can see it's the exact same size when I fold it up. Okay, so that's 3 3/4 by 6 3/4, and you score it at 5, and then you get your little pocket. So then what I want to do before I do anything, whoops, throwing paper around here, is I want to take my circle punch and just create a little divot. Take your eye out with that. And then I'm going to go back to my tear tape, and I'm actually just going to cut this in half because this tear tape is a little too thick to fit my gift card in there. So I'm just gonna, yeah, I say I'm just gonna do this, right? So let's see if we can get it up there. And I know it's a little too long, but that's okay because we'll cut it down. So run it right along the edges, as close to the edge as you can get, so your gift card will slide in there okay, if that makes sense. Okay, and we're going to run that right along there. Oops. And now the hardest part again. Oh, here's my pokey tool. Yay! We're going to pull that off and pull this one off. Oops, come on. And then we're going to do that. Okay, so that's good. So that's our piece. I'm not gluing it down yet because I want to do our stamping first. So I'm going to take, I thought I was going to take Melon Mambo, but I don't know what happened to my Melon Mambo. Oh my gosh, somebody comes in here when I'm not around. It's lies. I'm telling lies. Let's see. I had a Melon Mambo, but let's see. What else? What other color could we use? I really wanted to use the Melon Mambo, but I don't know where it went. So how about if we use Flirty Flamingo? Because that's the other color in these roses, if you will. So what I wanted to do is I want to take the card itself, the gift card itself, and I'm going to actually put it in the little pocket so we can see where it's going to sit. So if you're making this, try to have like a credit card or a gift card to see where it sits. And see, even then my tear tape, it came up. So be careful that you get it nice and close to the edge. Okay. So I wanted to see how far the card came up, so when I go to stamp Happy Birthday, the card isn't covering that up, if that makes sense, okay? So I'm going to do Happy Birthday right above here. You could make this into a really cute wedding card too, I think. Perfect. And now I'm going to remove the card because I want to stamp here. I probably should have stamped on that first before I put it all together because, you know, if I mess it up, right? But I think it'll be fine. Let's hope after this many years I don't totally mess it up. This would be cute if you got them like a gift card to the movie theater or something like that. Wouldn't that be fun? So I think that's okay. Looks like I have a little bit of ink there, but you know what? It's all right, right? So now we can go ahead and attach it to this card. Maybe, sort of. Come on. I know I'm probably jiggling the table when I do that, right? Excuse me. So then we're going to do this. Okay. And then I'm just taking a punch that I had from years past, and I'm going to punch a hole in the top. Let's make sure that gets all nice and for our ribbon that's going to go through here. Okay. And see how I had the ribbon here. We're going to do the same thing there. And I didn't pick out ribbon, so I think, though, I am going to use a different color. I think I'm going to use this pool party. I think that'll be pretty with that, right? So let's cut that. And we're going to stick that through. And I'm just going to, push it through with my poker, and then I'll end up cutting off some of the ends because you'll see that it's going to get ruined with the poker. I know there's an easier way, but I might be too lazy to figure it out. Oh boy. It's not working for me now, right? So we'll do this first. Of course, when I did it before, no problems. No problems. Oh my goodness. There we go. So there's one end. And then I'm going to stick this other end through. Maybe, possibly just don't poke yourself on the other side like I just did. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, so you can see I kind of messed up the ribbon, but that's okay because I'm going to trim it off anyways. So I like to loop my ribbon like this and then bring the tails through. And I probably should have done it the other way, but I'm not going to redo that right now. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and cut off the bad, right? Do that. Perfect. Okay, so that is the inside card, part of the card, right? Let's finish the outside card. So what I also did is I took a strip that was left over from the piece that I cut, and I'm just going to wrap this just to give it a little extra something. It's not meant to take off. It's just a decorative piece. So you don't want it incredibly tight so your card can't get in there, but you don't want it falling off either. So I'm just going to bring it around. So see, it just gives it a little different, a different look. And then we'll put some of these flowers on it, and that'll finish it off. I don't normally do this complicated of a project, but I thought it was so cute I had to, right? So then I'm going to move this up just a little bit, and let's put our card in. And then I want to see where my roses are going to lay. So just to kind of help with this white space. And then you can write on here too if you want. But I just want to do a little maybe like that, just to cover up some of the white space, I think. So we'll do a little here, and I'm covering up the ugly seam too. Okay, so we'll do some there, and I'm going to do this a little lower just to make it, give it a little bit of a dimension to it. Put some more in here. And just make sure you don't put glue on the back of here, otherwise it's going to stick to your, card. So you obviously want to keep that going. And you know what I always say, I need a little bit of bling, right? So this paper coordinates with these glossy dots. So we could either do, ooh, that would be pretty. And then that would go with the ribbon. I was going to do yellow, but I think the pool party probably goes better because it matches the ribbon, don't you think? Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. And there you go. That's pretty easy peasy. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? So there you got a really cute birthday card that you can put either money, you could fold up your money and stick it in there, or you could put in a gift card. So there you go, you guys. That's it for Monday. Thank you for spending time with me, and I hope you have a good week, and I will see you back here on Thursday for Therapy Thursday at 8 o'clock. Happy stamping!